Welcome to this Broadcom course on the installation and configuration of Automation AI. In this video, we outline the installation procedure. Automation AI has a dedicated database hosted in PostgreSQL. First, update the PG_HBA file, which is the Postgres file that stores client connection configurations. Enable client connections to a database in IPv4. The type should be host. The database and user should both be Automation AI, and the address is 0 across the board since we're not filtering on IP. Finally, indicate the encryption algorithm. The entry should look like this. Save the file and restart Postgres. Then create the physical database using the psql command and a script provided by Broadcom. Use -h for the Postgres host, -p for the port, -u for the Postgres admin user, -w which prompts for the admin password, -v for the database username, the password, and the name of the database. Then use option -f to execute the script called setup_db.psql. It is found in the DB folder of the Automation AI installation package. In UC system settings accessible through client 0, enable the connection between the AE's JWP and the Automation AI REST API. Create a new variable called automation_AI_endpoint. Here, set the URL of the Automation AI REST API. The host should be the system where the Automation AI folder was copied, which can be different from the Postgres host. Set a timeout setting for Automation AI REST requests in the event of a failure of response. The default is 600 seconds. The request will time out after 10 minutes. Add the user credential set to yes. This allows the generation of temporary bearer tokens for Automation AI to access the AE REST API. Without it, Automation AI will not work. None of these variables requires a restart of AE. Next, copy the Automation AI folder from the install package to the system hosting Automation AI. In our demo, we'll use the AE host. Later on, for the other videos, we'll install it on the Analytics Windows host. The Automation AI directory contains a single folder called Engine with the files and folders we described in the overview. The application.properties file contains all configuration settings. Throughout the course, we'll return to this file for things like security and MCP settings. For now, we focus on the 4 essential settings for Automation AI to work at a base level. First, the port number should match the number set in the AI endpoint variable in UC system settings. Second, under default LLM model, specify which LLM you want to connect to. Remember that SaaS customers get Gemini and do not have the option of a different LLM. Then, based on your selection, enter the connection settings to the LLM. It could be a REST API URL, a key, or something else. Finally, specify the database settings. That means the Postgres JDBC URL, including the database, the username, and the password you set when you executed the script. Both database and user should be Automation AI. The installation and configuration are done. You can start Automation AI. Assuming there is a service manager on the Automation AI host, simply add the service in uc4.smd. If not, install a service manager and remember to deploy cap key. Assuming everything went well, Automation AI starts and connects to AE. Head to the web interface and click on the Intelligent Assistant. Submit a simple question or a basic code request. If the assistant responds, things are working. Irrespective of the outcome, Automation AI will have generated a log found in a directory called logs. If the application fails to start, your main tool for troubleshooting is the log. Simply look for error messages. The web interface can also provide additional troubleshooting. If the log does not show an error, your Automation AI configuration is correct, but there is an issue with REST. Submit a request to the assistant, then head to the web interface host. Check the web interface log. Under the logging settings, you can change a few things, such as the logging level, info, trace, debug, and so forth. You can set the log file name. You can set the rotation policy based on the size of the file. You can also set it based on the number of logs in the history.